Muletrain!
And it is time now for the Muletrain News Program on this snowy day here in the Muleshoe area, Friday, February 27, 2015, brought to you today by the First Bank along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant.
We do have officially 5 inches of snow on the ground in Muleshoe as of Friday morning. On Thursday morning, we had officially 1 inch of snow, so we have a total over the past 2 days of 6 inches of snow, and that is a larger amount of snow than we usually get. On Thursday, the high was 24 only, and on Friday morning, it was 11 degrees at 7 o'clock. By 10:30 Friday morning, it had risen to 12 degrees. There is no school in Muleshoe on Friday. The Oneida Wagnon Senior Citizen Center is closed Friday, and no meals are being delivered to Muleshoe Meals on Wheels Incorporated recipients. Please use your emergency meals on Friday. And 5 area telephone, West Plains Telecommunications, brings you now the weather forecast for Muleshoe, Soudan, Amherst, Earth, and our entire vicinity.
5 area telephone, West Plains Telecommunications, your total connection right here for the entire Muleshoe area, backs all of our area athletes and says congratulations to the Lady Mules on their great run to the regional quarterfinals, and good luck to the Muleshoe Mules as they are playing in the area basketball championship versus Kermit. 5 area telephone, West Plains Telecommunications, 302 Uvalde Street, 806-272-5533, your total connection right here in Muleshoe. Looking at our weather forecast for today, there is a winter weather advisory in effect for Friday until noon today. Hazardous weather outlooks and short-term forecast. There is about 5 inches of snow on the ground here in the Muleshoe area. The city of Muleshoe crews are out cleaning up city streets, and TxDOT is out on the highways as of Friday morning. Snow mainly before noon today on Friday. High should only be around 22 degrees. Southeast winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 100%. Tonight, a 30% chance of snow, mainly after midnight, cloudy, with the low around 18 Friday night. Southeast winds around 10 miles per hour. New snow accumulations overnight should be around a half inch or less. A slight chance of snow before noon on Saturday. Then a slight chance of rain or freezing rain possible Saturday afternoon as it warms up a little bit warmer on Saturday. Cloudy with a high near 40 degrees. South winds 10 to 15%. Chance of precipitation for Saturday is 20%. A 20% chance of rain Saturday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 34. South wind between 10 and 15 miles per hour, partly sunny with a high near 54 degrees. South-southwest winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour, becoming east later Sunday afternoon. Then Sunday night, a slight chance of rain or freezing rain is possible. Chance of precipitation is 20% for Sunday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 30. Monday, another 20% chance of rain, mostly cloudy with a high around 58 degrees. Monday night, a slight chance of showers, mostly cloudy with a low around 37. So we're going to have rain chances over the weekend. The snow will continue through Saturday morning. High today on Friday should be around 22 degrees. New snow accumulation overnight should be a half an inch or less with a 30% chance of snow overnight. Then Saturday, a slight chance of snow before noon. Then a chance of rain or freezing rain afternoon, cloudy with a high near 40 degrees. 5 area telephone, West Plains Telecommunications has presented to you this edition of the weather forecast.
Due to the bad weather, the Muleshoe Mules area basketball game with Kermit Yellow Jackets has been postponed from Friday night to Saturday afternoon at 5 o'clock, and the game has been moved to Andrews High School Gymnasium. That's the Mules Boys Area Basketball game with Kermit. Will be played Saturday afternoon at 5 at Andrews. That is a change from on Friday. The Muleshoe City Council will meet in special session Friday evening at 6:30 at the council chambers in City Hall to order a special election for the city of Muleshoe in regards to legal sale of all alcoholic beverages for off-premises consumption only. The election will be called for May the 9th, which is also the city election that will be held at City Hall. Gil Robert Reynolds of Channel 6 tweeted out our 10,000 tweet on Channel 6 on Thursday night. Due to the bad weather, the graveside services for Joe Rimpey, 83 of Lubbock, formerly of Muleshoe, will be at 11 Saturday morning in the chapel of the First United Methodist Church of Muleshoe. She was the mother of Keith Rimpey of Muleshoe. The Reverend Mindy McLanahan, pastor of the church, will officiate. Joe Rimpey died on February the 12th at Covenant Medical Center in Lubbock following a lengthy illness. She moved to Muleshoe with her husband, who was in the John Deere business here in Muleshoe. He preceded her in death, and Joe moved from Muleshoe to Lubbock to live at the Caroline House in 2008. She is survived by her two sons, Keith and his wife Dana of Muleshoe, and Kent and his wife Clara of Slayton, her daughter Jolene Clement of Dixon, Tennessee, and 7 grandchildren. Joe Rimpey, the wife of the late Don Rimpey, was a longtime member of the Muleshoe Ladies Golf Association, a charter member of the Muleshoe chapter of Beta Sigma Phi, an avid golfer, and a talented artist. She belonged to the Immaculate Conception Catholic Church in Muleshoe. A celebration of life mass was held February the 19th at St. Joseph's Catholic Church in Slayton. And repeating, due to the bad weather, the graveside services for Joe Rimpey, the mother of Keith Rimpey of Muleshoe, will be held at 11 Saturday morning in the chapel of the First United Methodist Church of Muleshoe. Please remember all of the Rimpey family in your prayers. We'll be back and we will tell you about another former resident's funeral services being held this weekend also.
Show your school spirit with the First Bank MasterCard debit card available here right in Muleshoe at 202 South 1st Street. Call 806-272-4515. They have the Muleshoe Mules MasterCard debit card along with one for the Dimmitt Bobcats and the Bovina Mustangs. Show your team spirit and earn cash for your school every time you swap your card from First Bank. The Muleshoe Mules, Dimmitt Bobcats, or Bovina Mustangs MasterCard debit card available today here in Muleshoe, 202 South 1st Street. Call 806-272-4515. The First Bank is member FDIC. And this edition of the Muletrain News is being brought to you today by the First Bank along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant.
Chips are delicious. Have you been wasting time looking for a good meal? will go to Liao's Mexican restaurant in Muleshoe at 1010 West American Boulevard and try the Irma's special. If you are under 12, try the grilled cheese. You know Liao's in Muleshoe is the original Liao's Mexican restaurant. I highly recommend it. 5 generations of our family have eaten at Liao's. What did you say, Isla?
Chips are delicious.
Susie Conch informs us that Lyndon Huckabee, 71 of Winners, died on Sunday, and the funeral services for Lyndon Huckabee will be held at 1:30 Friday afternoon at the North Main Church of Christ in Winners. Visitation with the family will follow the services. There will be a private burial. Lyndon Huckabee was a license and weight trooper with the Texas Department of Public Safety and was stationed here in Muleshoe for many years, where he and his wife Linda reared their 2 daughters, Xana and Holly, both Muleshoe High School graduates. After retiring, they moved to his hometown of Winners to retire. Lyndon Huckabee died of cancer. He worked for 31 years with the Texas Department of Public Safety from the Panhandle area of Texas and was stationed here in Muleshoe the last years that he worked. And he also had been in Pampa. He is survived by his wife Linda of 49 years, and Linda was the Muleshoe City judge. Also, his 2 daughters, Xana and her husband Damon Jordan, and Holly and her husband Mark Bills. Also surviving are Lyndon Huckabee's grandchildren, Kobe and Lindsay Jordan, and Reagan and Kayla Bills. His brothers, Dar and Randy Huckabee. His family was his priority in his life, but he also trained dogs and loved to hunt. And repeating, Lyndon Huckabee, 71 of Winners, formerly of Muleshoe, died on Sunday of cancer in Brownwood in a nursing home there. He was born April the 24th, 1943 in Winters, Texas, to Floyd and Pauline Huckabee, and his funeral services will be Friday afternoon at 1:30 in the North Main Church of Christ in Winters. He was a member of the Muleshoe Church of Christ when Lyndon Huckabee lived here in Muleshoe. Thank you so much, Susie Clonch, for giving us that information. We will be showing the Muleshoe Mules and the Kermit Yellow Jackets basketball game and area championship from Andrews High School gym over the weekend. The game has been changed, as I said earlier, to Saturday afternoon at 5 o'clock in Andrews due to the weather. The game will be played here online and on the air in Muleshoe on Reach Broadband Channel 6, MuleshoeTV.com, our Twitter, and our Facebook /Gil Lamb, courtesy of these Muleshoe Mule merchants. Lee Al's Tortilla Factory, Irrigation Pumps and Power Incorporated, the Muleshoe State Bank, Bailey County Electric, Cooperative Association, the Muleshoe Independent School District, K&K Pharmacy, Muleshoe Animal Clinic, and Muleshoe Vet Supply, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Vic Coker Land Company, Precure Electric, Shipman Body Shop, Barrett Potato Farms, H&R Block, 5 area telephone, West Plains Telecommunications. And if your company would like to be a sponsor, call us here at Channel 6, 806-272-3990, and Gil Reynolds will be happy to work with you in your basketball advertising for March. Sally and Jay Messenger of Muleshoe have a new grandson born in Amarillo at Baptist St. Anthony's Hospital Wednesday night at 8:19 to their daughter and son-in-law, Mr. and Ms. Jeffrey King of Sunray, formerly of Muleshoe. At birth, he weighed 8 pounds and 9 ounces and is 21 inches long. Suzanne and Jeff King have named him Rex Messenger King. His paternal grandparents are Tommy and Jan King of Lubbock, formerly of Muleshoe, and he has a sister, Isla. Congratulations to Mr. and Mrs. Jeffrey King of Sunray. She is the former Suzanne Messenger, and on the birth of their second child, a little boy, and their first little boy. We will all turn our clocks ahead 1 hour on Sunday morning, March the 8th, which is a week from now. And that is springtime, so you spring ahead. But that is not until Sunday, March the 8th. We'll be back and we'll tell you about young people at Muleshoe High School in the art department doing very well.
Don't miss the planner clinic that will be held on March the 11th. That's Wednesday, 9 a.m. till 3:30 at the Castro County Expo in Dimmitt, 405 Southeast 4th Street. The speaker will be Missy Bauer for this planner clinic, along with Dr. Peter Dortray, Texas A&M AgriLife Research and Texas Tech University weed scientist, discussing how to effectively manage your resistant weeds. Adam Hickson, BASF Corporation, will be addressing innovative solutions to providing optimal level of crop production. Key topics in the planner clinic will be how to identify a good stand and set your goals for planning execution, how to evaluate the soundness of your planner, how to set your planner for best performance possible, how to manage weeds in a resistant situation, how to optimize your crop protection levels with innovative technologies. The seating is limited, so call and reserve your seat today through March the 9th. The Texas AgriLife Extension Service, 806-647-4115, or call Ray Lee Equipment, 806-647-3324. Register today. Seating is limited. Again, catering for lunch will be Danny's Fins and Hens for this planner clinic Wednesday, March the 11th, 9 a.m. till 3:30 p.m. at the Castro County Expo in Dimmitt, 405 Southeast 4th Street. Again, call Ray Lee Equipment, 806-647-3324, or Texas A&M AgriLife Extension Office, 806-647-4115. The swing bed program is available now at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center for the patient who is no longer in need of acute medical care but is not yet comfortable functioning independently at home. It's for rehab following major surgeries such as knee or hip replacement, diabetes, cancer, CHF, stroke recovery, pain management, amputations, traumatic injuries, wound care, and more. Call today for more information on the swing bed program at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center, 806-272-4524.
Grief Share is a program that will be held for everyone at the Calvary Baptist Church here in Muleshoe starting next Wednesday evening. This helps people deal with grief in the past or the present, either one. And the Grief Share program will be from 5:30 to 7:30 in the Calvary Baptist Church beginning Wednesday, March the 4th, and that's at 1733 West Avenue C, led by Crystal Albertson Reyna and her husband Charlie. Now you can call Crystal for more information This is a grief share program, absolutely free. The number to call is 806-315-2237. If you have lost a husband or a wife, a child, a family member, or a friend, then Grief Share is for you. It is a program that lasts 13 weeks. Each session is once a week. Grief Share has 3 components: a video, a support group discussion, and a personal study and reflection, which the group will spend time discussing questions and comments from a workbook. The workbook will be only $15, but if you have been through this course already, you can bring your workbook that you already have. The leader is Crystal Albertson Reyna and her husband Charlie, and they invite you to come and share in this grief program. It is a grief support group, Wednesday evening, 5:30 to 7:30, starting next Wednesday, March the 4th, in the Calvary Baptist Church, 1733 West Avenue C. In just a few moments, we're going to give you an address of Vicki Perry. Vicki is the former Vicki Stovall of Muleshoe, and she has lymphoma. And she would love, I know, to hear from her many friends here in Muleshoe. So get a pencil and a piece of paper, and we will give you Vicki Stovall Perry's address so you can send her a card or a note. The freshman class of Muleshoe High School taking your orders right now for red apple frozen cookie dough, pies, and cheesecakes. If you are interested in purchasing, please contact any freshman student at Muleshoe High School, or you can simply call the Muleshoe High School to place your order. Sandy Chitwood, the sponsor, says. And this sale will end on March the 8th for cookie dough, pies, and cheesecake. All money goes to the Muleshoe High School freshmen.
Sandy Chitwood informs us that the Visual Arts Scholastic event that is participated by MHS art students is a culminating event of the year of hard work of creative genius of the art students in the state of Texas, the VACE event. This annual event begins with each of the regional events in February, and MHS art students participated in their regional VACE art event at Friendship High School on Saturday, February the 21st. These regions serve as dividing boundaries for the education service centers. The regions are in those education service centers that are, there's 20 of them across the state of Texas. The regional event, of course, as we said, was held on February 21st at Friendship High School, and 26 Muleshoe High School art students got gold medals at that regional event. And then Lariat Adams received a gold medal and was chosen from all the gold medal recipients to go to the VACE State Art Competition, which will be held in Dallas this year at the Hilton Anatoly Dallas Hotel in April. So congratulations goes out to Lariat Adams, who will move on to that state competition for VACE. Other gold medal winners were from MHS were Chris Flores with his graphite, Lily Barrera charcoal, Ricarda Elizalde with the charcoal, Isaiah Rosales mixed media, Mario De Hoyos with the ceramic, Emily Precure wire sculpture, Miranda De Bruin an acrylic, Allegra Mora oil painting, and a mixed media, Adriana Loya with a mixed media, Briley Bell charcoal, Eddie Elizalde acrylic, and a mixed media, Francisco Elizalde wire sculpture, Crystal Flores charcoal, Angie Alvarez charcoal, Gladys Muniz with 2 watercolors, Maria Muniz with encaustic and a watercolor, Larry Adams with her metal sculpture that will go on to state, Aileen Terrazas, acrylic, Andrea Balin, an acrylic, Andrea Balin also with an encaustic, Blanca Ramirez with acrylic, and mixed media. And we'll have these kids pictured on our TV screen, many of them that won gold medals at the regional vase art competition that was held February 21st at Friendship High School. And again, congratulations. A big one goes out to Lariat Adams, who was chosen to go on with her art piece to the state competition, which will be in April at the Hilton Anatoly Dallas Hotel.
The last day to file as a candidate on the city, the school board, or the hospital board election is Friday, February 27th at City Hall with City Secretary in Muleshoe, Lee Ann Gallman. They are open from 8 until 5 at City Hall, 215 South 1st Street. This will be an extremely important election for all entities, especially the city of Muleshoe, where there will be a mayoral race for the first time in many, many years. Plus, there will be 2 special elections, reauthorizing the street maintenance sales tax and a charter amendment election for the city of Muleshoe. Plus, the Muleshoe City Council is expected to order another special election for the city residents on the legal sale of all alcoholic beverages for off-premises consumption. The election days for all the city, the school, and the hospital district will be at City Hall May the 9th. And the last day you can register to vote in these elections and be eligible to vote May the 9th will be April the 9th, which is a Thursday. Now, so far, the candidates as of late on Friday morning were, for mayor, the incumbent Cliff Back and Irene Mason, who is holding District 2 council position. She will have to resign, so a special election will be held for District 2, and the candidate so far, Matt Davis. On the school board, Jay Cage has filed for District 1, incumbent Sergio Leal for District 4, and at-large incumbent Jared Lee on the Muleshoe ISD school board. On the hospital board, the incumbents Place 2, Alan Smyer, and Place 4, Dana Rasco, have filed. Dillman Elementary School PE Director Diane Skipworth says that on Thursday, March the 5th, they will present their annual PE program at 9 o'clock at Dillman Elementary School gym and at Watson Junior High School gym at 6 o'clock in the evening on Thursday, March the 5th. As we told you earlier, Vicki Perry, the former Vicki Stovall, is on our prayer list. And in just a second, we're going to give you Vicki's address. Linda Stovall tells us her daughter Vicki Perry of Canton, formerly of Muleshoe, has lymphoma and needs to be on our prayer list. Her first chemo is Friday, and Vicki graduated from Muleshoe High School in 1974 as Vicki Stovall, daughter of Linda Stovall of Muleshoe and the late Bill Stovall. Her address is Vicki Perry, 4206 FM Farm to Market, Road 1651, Canton, Texas. And the zip in Canton, Texas is 75103. Please remember Vicki Perry and her husband Paul and all of their family in your prayers, and especially also here in Muleshoe, her mother, Linda Stovall. Continue to remember the editor of the Muleshoe Journal, Larry Thornton, on your prayer list. The plans changed in regard to Larry Thornton, and he is scheduled for open heart surgery Friday morning at Baylor Hospital in Dallas, where he was taken late last week from Covenant Heart Center in Lubbock to Baylor. They will repair a pseudo aneurysm for Larry Thornton. Remember Larry, his wife Diane, and all of their family, please, in your prayers. Also on our prayer list is little Hannah Simmons and her family, and Danny Ramirez, who will have shoulder surgery in Lubbock at North Star on Friday of next week, March the 6th. Daryl Embry, a prayer of thanksgiving that he had come home and is improved from the heart hospital in Lubbock, where he was dismissed on last Sunday. Kathy Embry says they are so grateful that Daryl is home and doing better. Donna Green asked us to put on our prayer list Johnny Atkinson of Farwell, former district attorney, and of course his wife Diane and all of their family. That's Johnny Atkinson of Farwell is on our prayer list. The family of John H. Puckett, 72, of Muleshoe, whose funeral was Monday at First Baptist Church, and the family of Dora Bell Angley, 97, long-time former resident of Earth, the grandmother of Belle Kelly of Muleshoe. On your prayer list, always remember Frances Miramontes and her husband Philip and all of their family in your prayers. Also Delmer Clements and his wife Pat and all of their family. And also Delmer has lymphoma and is undergoing chemo in Lubbock. And Phyllis Carry On. Phyllis Angley, who had surgery on February the 18th in Lubbock. She formerly lived here and was even reared here. And Phyllis Angley now lives at the Grand Court in Lubbock. She is the mother of Gina Wilkerson of Muleshoe. Please remember Phyllis Angley and all of her family in your prayers. Ruth Briscoe and Helen Free, who is in the swing bed at the Muleshoe Area Medical Center, according to her daughter, Sunny B. Smith. Alma Burton, Leona Harris, Noble Killow, Leela Sue and Doyle King, G.R. Laster, Laurinette Mason, Augustine Martinez, who has cancer, Eugene Redwine, Everett Reeder, Mary Ellen Robertson, Glenn Watkins in Plainview, Grady and Dorothy Sorley of Bovina, Doris and R.L. Scott, Maxine and Clinton Rogers, Mary Nell Bleeker, Lynn Campbell, who's now able to get out some. We're so glad to report. Buck and Carolyn Johnson, Jane Reeder, Raymond Trotter, Keith Berman, and also remember in your prayers Deke Kendrick of Freona. She is the mother of Sally Messenger of Muleshoe, and Mrs. Kendrick was transferred from the hospital in Freona to the hospital in Amarillo. Please remember Mrs. Dick Kendrick in your prayers, please. Well, it's just about time for us to go now on the Muletrain News. So get up there, Little Red. Come on, Corina, Hiya, Arbutus, Andale, Monkey Paw, Julia Gray, Isla, and Ole.
Muletrain! Muletrain!
And this edition of the Muletrain News has been brought to you on Reach Broadband Channel 6 as well as MuleshoeTV.com by the First Bank, along with Leal's Mexican Restaurant. You can hear it rotating here over the next 48 hours on Reach Broadband Channel 6, as well as find our last 10 Muletrain News programs archived on our website. Click on the Muletrain News link at the top of the page and find our last 10 Muletrain News programs at MuleshoeTV.com.
I'm Tumbleweed Smith. We'll tour the Pearl Community Center in a moment on the Sound of Texas.
And the Sounds of Texas are brought to you here on Reach Broadband Channel 6 as well as MuleshoeTV.com by Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association with offices in Muleshoe as well as in Morton. They're celebrating 75 years of rural electrification right here in the Muleshoe area. Are the board of directors, the members, the employees, the manager, CEO David Markle hopes that you enjoyed the Sounds of Texas with Tumbleweed Smith.
Ronald Meadart lives in the community of Pearl near Gatesville.
It started out Swayback. There's a mountain here called Swayback. Well, when it went to the post office, of course, being the government, they got it mixed up as Wayback. Well, that didn't go over too good, so there was a man here. His name had a son named Pearl, so they named it after Pearl. He had got snake bit, and he lived over it, so they thought it was a miracle, so they just named the town after Pearl.
How many people live here?
I don't know anymore. We used to have 4 churches and 3 or 4 stores, but that's been gone for 40, 50 years, so I don't know. In 10 miles around here, I mean, there's 150 people probably.
He is president of the Pearl Community Center, which has a bluegrass festival the first weekend of every month except September, when it's the second weekend.
Okay, we started ourselves in October of 97. Well, after a couple of years, we quit sending out the mailers, and people just kept coming more and more every time. And now you can say, okay, who's been here? This is the first time, and out there in the audience, there'll be 2 or 3 dozen people that's just showed up the first time.
They started the festival to pay for repairs to the community center.
We thought if we could get 150 people show up within a year or two, we could redo the building, but within a year, we was having 400 and 500 people show up.
The community center was once a school. Ronald graduated from there in 1955. 12 people were in his class. The school closed the next year.
High school boys went to by-district in their basketball. Everybody in high school played on the basketball team, basically.
Ladies of the community prepare food in the old school cafeteria.
When they start eating, you can't walk down the hall. They're lined up to eat. And it'll go that way for hours at a time.
The auditorium holds 250 people.
But sometimes, if there's a special bunch in, they'll line up shoulder to shoulder all the way around the room.
Quilts are used to baffle the sound.
They're in competition, about their quilts. They've had that quilting club here since the 1920s, I know.
When there's not a bluegrass festival, there's not much going on in Pearl.
It's dead. You can go down here now and lay down in the middle of the road and nobody's going to run over you.
Ronald Meadart of Pearl. I'm Tumbleweed Smith with the Sound of Texas.
Time now for the market report brought to you today by Stephen Dement, financial advisor with Edward Jones, located right here in Muleshoe in his offices at 104 West 2nd Street. Call 806-272-4102. Speak with Stephen, branch office administrator Dana Rimpey, or part-time BOA Kenitha Foster. The market report was recorded this Friday, February the 27th, 2015 at 11:50 a.m.
This is Dana Rimpey of Edward Jones, member of the New York Stock Exchange Incorporated, bringing you the daily financial market report. U.S. stocks are little changed as investors review an assortment of economic data. Reports this morning showed the economy grew slower than expected in the fourth quarter as business stockpiling was weaker than initial estimates. Separate data showed consumer confidence cooled in February, reflecting recent gains in fuel costs and bad winter weather in parts of the United States. U.S. Treasury prices are edging higher. So far this morning in the S&P 500, the best performing sector is consumer staples, while the worst performing sector is healthcare. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 26 points to 18,187. The S&P 500 is up 0.10 at 2,110, and the NASDAQ Composite Index is down 9 to 4,978. This morning, volume on the New York Stock Exchange is moderate with 293 million shares traded. Advancers are outnumbered decliners by a narrow margin. In commodity markets, the spot price of gold is up $7 to $1,217. The spot price of silver is up 5 cents to $16.62, and crude oil prices are up $1 to $49. In bond markets, the 30-year Treasury yield is currently 2.61%, and the 10-year Treasury yield is 2.01%. In stocks of local interest, Apple is down 74 cents to $129.68. ConocoPhillips is down 36 cents to $65.49. Johnson & Johnson is up 8 cents to $102.88. Pfizer is down 13 cents to $34.47. Target is up 9 cents to $76.99. Xcel Energy is down 11 cents to $35.33. ExxonMobil is up 56 cents to $89.21. Walmart is down 13 cents to $83.67, and Procter & Gamble is down 6 cents to $85.11. This is Dana Rempe of Edward Jones, member SIPC, serving individual investors with personalized attention and long-term financial advice at 104 West 2nd Street in Muleshoe. Daily commentary is also located on our website at edwardjones.com.